Okay, excuse me. Good morning, everybody. We're ready to go? Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Claire Munoz, Nevada Arts Council Board Vice Chair and Panel Chair for today's grant panel review, and I call this meeting to order at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. I welcome everyone to the Nevada Arts Council Fiscal Year 2024 Arts Learning Project Panel Review. This public meeting is being recorded. Please remember to identify yourself each time you speak and to speak loudly and clearly so that your comments will be clearly recorded and so that the audience members can hear you. At this time, will the Nevada Arts Council staff confirm that this meeting was properly posted?
This is Stephanie. The meeting was properly posted online and physically in the office.
Thanks, Stephanie. We would begin our Nevada Arts Council meeting by acknowledging the Numa, Newe, Nuuvi, Washishu, and Pipa Aha Makav have lived in the Great Basin since time began. Please join me in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude to our 5 major indigenous groups: the Northern Paiute, the Shoshone, the Southern Paiute, the Washoe, and the Mojave, not just the original caretakers of the land we now call Nevada, but for their enduring stewardship and protection of our shared lands and waterways. Today, Nevada Arts Council reaffirms its commitment to improve the quality of life for our 28 tribal nations, bands, colonies, and the 62,000 plus urban Indians who choose to make Nevada their current home. Thank you for joining us today for the virtual meeting. Your attendance shows your commitment to Nevada arts industry, and on behalf of the staff and board of the Nevada Arts Council, I commend and thank you for all that you do. At this time, we're going to proceed to agenda item A2, which is roll call and introductions. I will now introduce our panelists. Carolyn Dufresne. Carolyn is a rancher, writer, filmmaker, and award-winning journalist. Her recent appearances have included 3- and 4-day writing workshops for up to 100 elementary students, incorporating introductory knowledge of constellations with Greek mythology and small group collaborative playwriting. Carolyn has led weekend intensive workshops preparing students to recite at the Elko Cowboy Poetry Gathering. She's also helped developing poets revise their work for competition. A retired educator, Carolyn has presented workshops for teachers and served as poet in residence in several Nevada high schools for Nevada Arts Council's Powering Up Poetry Highway 50 road trip. She's been featured at Elko's National Cowboy Poetry Gathering and has appeared at festivals in Oregon and California. She is on the board of directors of Women Writing in the West. Welcome, Carolyn. Thank you for being here today. And Shakay Gukassian is an accomplished chamber music and orchestral musician, as well as distinguished teacher and adjudicator. For the last 13 years, she was a driving force behind the Nevada School of the Arts. As NSA's executive and artistic director through 2020, she shaped the school's vision and launched program initiatives and community partnerships that benefited both students and Las Vegas community. In 2021, she launched 2 pioneering music initiatives: the String Connection, a violin and viola studio for advanced students, and the String Connection Virtual Violin Festival, a transformational approach to music training for advanced students aged 15 to 20. Shakay has held the position of principal second violinist of the Las Vegas Philharmonic and performs with the Philharmonic's principal quartet to present educational outreach and chamber music concerts in the community. She also plays regularly in orchestras supporting ballet and opera performances, classical and celebrity entertainers, as well as in recording sessions with jazz and pop musicians. Welcome, Shakay, today. Thank you for joining us. Shay King is an instructor of theater at Truckee Meadows Community College. Shay has trained in the Uta Hagen Teachers Lab at HB Studios in New York City and holds an MFA in directing from University of Idaho. In 2022, he was featured in the American Theater Magazine's Roll Call as Theater Worker You Should Know. Shay works primarily as a director working on various productions. Some of his directing credits include Happy Days and Murderers, Snowy Range Summer Theater, Seussical with Reno Little Theater, Obamaology, Bay Street Theater, 5 Lesbians Eating a Quiche, and The Legend of Georgia McBride, Redwood Curtain Theater. Cheaper by the Dozen, Lake City Playhouse, Romeo and Juliet, and complete works of William Shakespeare, abridged, revised, The Rude Mechanicals, Eurydice, and Carrie the Musical, Lewis Clark State College. Shay works with the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival Region 7 as the Irene Ryan coordinator. He's on the board of directors for Nevada's Gay Men's Chorus in Northern Nevada. Thank you for being here today, Shay. I feel like I have marbles in my mouth, so I'll try to do better here. We'll get better as we move along. Christy Watson, welcome. Christy is a retired art specialist, having taught for 25 years for the Clark County School District in Las Vegas, Nevada. She is currently the president of City Lights Art Gallery located in Henderson, Nevada. At the gallery, she teaches classes on jewelry making using art clay silver and coordinates the student exhibitions and receptions. She creates new paintings, photographs, and jewelry for her small business, Collectible Designs. Christy serves as the membership chairperson for the Nevada Visual Arts Education Association and is on the state conference planning committee. She is past president of the Art Educators of Nevada and has served as the Pacific Region Secondary Division Director for the National Arts Education Association. Christy's new pastime includes the highly popular game pickleball. And is it Christy or Kirsty?
It's Christy.
Thank you. Thanks for being here today. At this time, we'll move now to agenda item B, which is public comment. A period of public comment will be allowed at the beginning and at the end of the meeting. Members of the public who wish to participate during a public meeting may do so by providing public comment during the 2 designated public comment periods. Members of the public attending may not speak except during the public comment section. Public comments may also be submitted via email to grants@nevadaculture.org. Because of time considerations, the period for public comment by each speaker may be limited to 3 minutes at the discretion of the chair, and speakers are urged to avoid repetition of comments made by previous speakers. Applicants who are attending today do not have an unfair advantage over those who are not in attendance, and the committee will not take public comment regarding any grant application under consideration. Is there anyone joining today's meeting who wishes to provide public comment? Okay. And
this is Krista. We did not receive any public comment via email, and I don't see any in the chat either.
Great. Thank you.
Madam Chair, for the record, Harry Ward, Deputy Attorney General, and this is just for the panelists. I'm the Deputy Attorney General here regarding the open meeting law. And basically, I'm the referee in regards to how this meeting is going to proceed, et cetera, et cetera. This board or this council really does an excellent job. They'll remind you to mention your name every time you speak because it is being recorded. And you don't have to mention your full name, just your first name, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm here and available if there are any questions. Don't let me being dressed up intimidate anyone. I'm just here to monitor the meeting. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Harry. This is Claire for the record. I don't see introductions for our staff, but staff at this time, do you want to just say who you are? MJ, I see you unmuted.
Sure. This is Mary Jane Dorfecha. I'm the Arts Education Specialist, and I'm in the Nevada, in the Las Vegas office.
Thanks, MJ.
This is Stephanie Montgomery. I'm the Grants and Project Analyst at the Council in the Carson City office.
Thank you.
This is Krista. I'm from the grants team in the Carson City office, coming remotely today.
Great. Thank you, staff, for being here. Claire Munoz for the record. We will now move to agenda item C for possible action, review of the FY24 Arts Learning Project applications. During the meetings today and on September 13th, the panel will discuss and score 28 applications for the FY Arts Learning Project. Each applicant requested up to $7,000 for a total request of $187,997. The goal of this panel is to score the applications to make recommendations to the Nevada Arts Council Board. Applications are scored according to the following review criteria. Project design and content is 25 points, project management, 25 points, artistic excellence, 25 points, arts learning impact and artistic merit, 25 points. The Arts Learning Project grant supports arts learning activities, teaching artist residencies, and teaching artist training. Funds must be used for conducting lessons, workshops, in-person or online, virtual, and or educational performances at schools or community facilities. Funds may be used to support the execution of one activity project or a series of related activities. All applications were reviewed by the staff for eligibility only, then moved to the panel review process. Prior to reviewing the applications, the panelists completed the Nevada Arts Council panelist orientation and training. Then each panelist reviewed the applications and supplemental materials online and submitted preliminary scores and comments for all applications. As a reminder, panel members are not permitted to enhance any application by offering their personal knowledge of an applicant. No information beyond the application itself may be discussed. Staff may only provide clarification and/or assist panelists in locating information. In accordance with Nevada open meeting law, panelists may not discuss any applications outside of the public meeting. So please make sure that no discussion regarding applications occurs during lunch, breaks, or after a meeting adjourns for the day. All panelists previously received information regarding conflict of interest. If a panelist stands to profit in some way from the awarding of a grant to any of the applicants, the panelists must refrain from participating in the discussion and scoring of that application. Conflict of interest forms were given to panelists previously and have already been signed and turned into the Nevada Arts Council staff. Panelists, when I call on you, please state your name for the record and announce if you have any conflict of interest. Carolyn.
Carolyn DeFarina, to the best of my knowledge, I do not have any conflict of interest.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. Shakay,
I do not have any conflict of interest either.
will you state your name and state that one more time? Sorry.
This is Shake. Sorry.
Thank you. Christy?
Christy, I have no conflict of interest.
Okay, and Shay, please.
I did report a conflict of interest for Arena Little Theater's application and did not vote or comment on the application.
Thank you so much. This is Claire for the record. I will introduce each application by stating the application number, organization name, and a brief description of the project. Then I will ask each panelist to state their name, total preliminary score, and initial comments for that application. After all panelists have spoken, I will open up the floor for further discussion on that application. And after all comments and discussion, Nevada Arts Council staff will begin the final scoring process. Final scores may be the same as preliminary scores or may differ as the panel discussion of that application may have informed a change in score. If a panelist has a change in score, they must state the reason for the change. We'll take breaks as needed during the meeting, and panelists, please feel free to request a break at any time. All right, I think we're ready to move forward. Okay, panelists, are you all ready?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can we pull up and look at the grants while we're talking about them, or we just have to go by what we have written down?
You can pull them up and we'll go in order. So we'll be starting with ALP 24-01 and they go in numeric order through.
Okay.
You're welcome to
I
pull
just
it up.
wasn't sure if we were allowed to do that.
And for the record, that was panelist Christy.
Yes, this is Claire. You're welcome to do that, and it is probably helpful. It's a good refresher as we go through all of these grants. And just a reminder, when you do speak, you have to say your name, and we're going to continue to harp on that throughout the whole day. I'll do it sometimes, and we all forget it. I also just want to, most of us are at home or in the office. I have 2 dogs. I have a cup of water and a cup of coffee. So just let me know if you need a break, but feel free to do what you need to do at your house. Okay, with that, Carolyn, did you have a question?
Yes. So I am gonna pull up my the grants because I have a couple of preliminary worksheets, and I think that they're not my final what my final vote was. Are you going to ask for each section?
I'll be asking for you. So this is Claire for the record. We'll be looking and reviewing each of the applicants, and then each of you will have opportunity to give your feedback on the application, and then you'll have opportunity for a group discussion. Following the group discussion, we'll take your individual score. I believe those individual scores were submitted already to Nevada Arts Council and will be confirmed. If there's a variation in your score, we'll ask you to tell us what the reasoning is behind that, and we can make that adjustment.
That's great.
This is Krista. Just a reminder, and we'll all be reminding you, and I'll pop it into the chat too if needed. Before we speak each time, we need to say our names. And then Carolyn, I think you might have been asking the separate sections for the points. We're just going to give the overall total score for that and the comments, and it'll be the same for the scoring section.
Okay, that's great.
All right. This is Claire for the record. Feel free, raise your hand or unmute if you have questions. I find it usually takes us about 3 applicants until we get into a pretty good flow. So we'll just go ahead and get started. This is Claire. We're going to start with reviewing application ALP 24-01, Get in the Act, Arts in Action, Inc. Science Theater Rocks and Minerals 2024 ST is a 5-week school program scheduled for April through May of 2024 that will advance earth science learning for elementary students in the Elko, Lander, Lyon, Churchill, and or Story County school districts of Nevada. So we're going to go ahead and open up for discussion at this point with your feedback on this applicant. I'll go ahead and start with Carolyn, if you're ready, because I see you're unmuted. And remember to state your name.
Okay, so Carolyn DeFarina, so let me see. I gave this, so you don't want me to tell you right off the bat the score that I gave?
No. Well, you can tell us the score if you want. We're going to collect scores at the end. Right now, we're really just seeking your feedback.
This is Krista. So your format would be, this is Carolyn, my total score is blank, and these are my comments, and then just go through your comments.
Okay, so Carolyn, so my total score on the first application was 81. I did like it that it was that the person is a NAC on the NAC roster. It did seem to me that it's one enthusiastic person with I couldn't really figure out exactly what the program was, although the kids did seem to be very much engaged. So it felt, the program itself felt a little thin to me.
Thanks, Carolyn. We'll move over to Shakay. So name, score, and then your comments.
Shake, score is 77. And my thought was it was a very interesting program, going from STEM to STEAM. But then it seems like 13 schools are involved in this, 1 artist, quite stretched. I assumed that it was happening at different schools at different participating times, according to the narrative. But I just thought, great idea, but a little stretched as well.
Thank you so much. Shay? And again, name, score, and then your preliminary comments.
Hi, my name is Shay. I wrote arts integration focused work for transforming from STEAM to STEM, which I found really interesting. I thought the schedule was pretty clear and made for an easily executed project. I do agree with Shakay about the one instructor that seems a little tough. And then I thought the way they proposed it, it could potentially impact a wide range of students from various economic backgrounds and groups. And my final score, I'm sorry, I can't see it. Oh, I gave it a 98, which is one of my higher ones.
Thank you. And Christy, name, your score, and your comments, please.
Hi, this is Christy, and I gave a score of 100. I have a background of training in arts integration and teaching methods through the Smith Center from the Performing Arts and through the Kennedy Center that's trained a bunch of the teachers that have came there. And so one of the things that I learned about is that when you take science or math or any other subject matter and you tie that in with acting and performance, whether it be through singing and song and dance, that kids retain a lot more of what they're learning. It's for an elementary age child, so they were going to actually be learning some basic information through acting out. And I just think it's a brilliant idea and very worthy of receiving this type of grant.
Thank you. This is Claire. At this time, is there any further comments or discussion amongst the panelists? Okay, we'll transition it over to staff.
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0001. Get in the Act Arts in Action Incorporated. Carolyn, your score, please.
Sorry, Carolyn, my vote is 81.
Shay, your score, please.
I would like to give a change my score if that's okay, Stephanie.
Mhm.
After review and I didn't put it in my comments, but I do agree with Shakay's comment about the worrisome about a single instructor for so many schools. I'd like to lower my score to 90, please.
Thank you, Shay. And Shakay.
My score is 77.
Thank you. And Christy, your score, please.
My score is 100.
Thank you. Final scores for ALP 24-0001 are Shakay, 77, Carolyn, 81, Shay, 90, Christy, 100, for an average score of 87.0.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. We'll go ahead and move on to application ALP 24-02, Reno Dance Company. The Reno Dance Company RDC Summer Intensive 2023 program provides a month-long intensive instruction in the art of dance, culminating in a performance at the Pioneer Center in Reno, Nevada. We'll go ahead and open this up for remarks, starting with Christy. Name, score, and your comments, please.
Hi, this is Christy, and I'm looking at my notes here. I just thought that the fees for this were very expensive. The score that I gave this particular grant application was 85. I was wondering how it affects the final production when a learner only participates for a week or 2 weeks. I was wondering what income level receives financial aid, and I was wishing that there would have been some examples of past productions with learners.
Thank you for that. Carolyn, please. And again,
Carolyn keeps clicking on the microphone instead of on the mute. I did think that it was a little bit spendy, although it does look like there are opportunities for scholarships. And so hoping that that's a significant opportunity for scholarship. I thought the program sounded great, and the staff was of course very qualified. They do have 1,300 followers on Facebook, which I thought was a pretty good social media presence. And the time that they put in, that they ask the students to put in, is really significant. 3 days a week, pretty much all day long. So I gave it a 98.
Thank you, Carolyn. Shakay, and again, name, score, and then your comment.
Hello, this is Shakay. Nevada Reno Dance Company, this theater. I thought the project is very clearly articulated, and there were a lot of details of the curriculum for each age group. And this is where my bias comes in. I grew up around a lot of dancers, and I know the kind of training it takes to create dancers and for them to create this learning opportunity for young dancers and cultivating audiences at a wide range, I think is a great task in the Reno area. And I do understand why the fees have to be high to sustain with the props, with the costumes and all of that. And they have a very high artistic output. So I thought it was a viable and important program for young dancers, especially with a very detailed curriculum for each age level, as they had stated. They knew exactly what they needed to accomplish, which tells me is a very experienced dance company. So I gave it a 95.
Great. Thank you so much. Shay?
Shay here. I scored at 100. I thought an abundance of information, clear scheduling, artistic excellence in their staffing, and I thought their marketing seemed pretty robust on top of a robust and clear curriculum for each age group. And I thought the marketing was robust within their own organization as well as with partnered organizations. So just overall a very well thought out application.
Great. Thank you. This is Claire. Do we have any further discussion amongst our panelists today? Okay. Thank you. We'll move it over to Stephanie.
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0002, the Reno Dance Company. Please state your name and your score. We'll start with Shake.
This is Shake. The score is 95.
Thank you. Shay.
This is Shay. My score is 100.
Thank you. Carolyn.
This is Carolyn. My score is 98.
Thank you. Christy.
This is Christy. My score is 85.
Thank you. Final scores for ALP 24-0002 are Shake, 95. Carolyn, 98. Shay, 100. Christy, 85. For an average score of 94.5.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. Moving on to application ALP 24-03 Wild Horse Productions. Wild Horse Children's Theater, WHCT, the Youth Division of Wild Horse Productions, WHP, will feature the Northern Nevada premiere of the 1-hour adaptation of Andrew Lloyd Webber's hit Broadway musical Cats, Young Actors Edition. Let's go ahead and open it up with Shay, please.
Hello, Shay here. My score was again 100. My comments were very specific schedule and budgeting. I thought quality examples of work and a clear point of view on how they would affect their community and age groups with this work. I thought overall a very strong application due to the abundance of information and examples of practical applications of their curriculum, work, and overall teachings.
Thank you, Shay. We'll move it over to Christy.
I gave a score of 100 and I noticed
Sorry,
that.
Christy, will you state your name?
Oh, this is
Sorry.
Christy, and I gave a score of 100. The company allows students with disabilities to participate. There are scholarships available for students. There was a detailed plan of implementation. There are good examples and assessments that were included. It was ED&I friendly, and there's a track record of previous performances and community involvement.
Thank you, Christy. We'll move over to Shake.
This is Shake. I thought all the criteria was clearly stated and articulated. Budget and the outreach makes sense. I love the fact that they have so much outreach to different communities. My only concern is a project like this, that the learning audience is too wide in age and the resources seem to be a little limited to reach out to such a wide audience. That was my only concern, but very well articulated and important program. I gave it an 89.
Thank you so much. And Carolyn, please.
Okay, this is Carolyn. I also, I liked that it was a small fee. They do have, I thought it was interesting that they're focusing on the makeup artist and the costume designer. Haven't seen, we didn't see that particularly in any of the other applications. It does seem like a wide range of ages and a lot of people, a lot of actors, 75 plus 8 tech kids. But I did really like it that they offer high school mentorships. And that does sort of fill in the blank there with what are you going to do with the little bitty kids while other people are rehearsing. So, and I did like that that they did seem to be very attuned to people that are, you know, say autistic, or they had a sensory friendly assessment and that sort of thing. So they're very aware of a wider range of folks. I gave it 100.
Great. Thank you, Carolyn. This is Claire. Any further discussion from the group?
I would like to change my score if that's okay.
Okay. Shakay, we'll get that score from you when we turn it over to Stephanie, and we just need to hear your reason for that
Thank you.
change. Did you want to discuss that further with the group?
No, I'm actually hearing a lot of things that make sense that I must have overcome or missed, and I think that the group deserves more.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and turn it over to Stephanie.
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0003. Just a reminder to state your name anytime before you make a comment. Please state your name and your score. We will start with Shay.
Shay here, score of 100.
Shay. Carolyn.
Carolyn here, I give it a 100.
You. Christy.
Christy, the score is 100.
Thank you. And Shakay. And since you mentioned, Shakay, that you want to change your score, you'll just want to state a quick justification there.
I would like to change the score to 95, and I heard more detailed comments about the program, and I'd like to raise the score to 95.
Yeah. Final scores for ALP 24-0003 are Shakay 95, Carolyn 100, Shay 100, Christy 100, for an average score of 98.8.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. Moving on to application ALP 24-06, Sierra Nevada chapter of the American ORF Schulwerk Association. Instrumental explorations using ORF Schulwerk to unlock creativity. Participants will learn techniques and processes for facilitating musical creation with their general music students from nationally recognized art teachers. Let's go ahead and start with Shakay, please. And again, name, score, and your comments.
Yes, this is Shakay. The score for this, I'm so sorry, I did not calculate. Give me 1 second. So sorry.
No worries.
Okay, my score is 86. And my comment basically that ORF Schulwerk method is a chosen method in the school district, most of Nevada. And this workshop will be in addition by inviting guest teachers to present classes to students. I'm just not sure how they will expand their audience from 100 to 800, as they mentioned in their application. It just seemed like such a huge growth. And I just don't know if there are facility limitations to this number of participants. There are 4 dates, and the workshop like this will with students is great, but I think it's more geared for the teachers than the students. It's one of those workshops that the impact may not be long lasting, but it's a great workshop for training teachers to observe guest teachers to do it. So I wasn't quite sure how they come up with 800 participants in this. That was my only question. Thank you.
Carolyn?
Thank you, Carol. This is Carolyn. I did interpret it as primarily a workshop for teachers, and having observed ORF teachers in school settings, they are passionate and motivated, and I think that I think the range of numbers has to do with the ORF festivals. They had attended the one in Sacramento last year, I think, and I imagine that was quite large. So that didn't really bother me. It seems to me that when you train teachers who are passionate about what they do, they're going to impact a lot of students. And so that's what, and I also liked that they gave first-year teachers a break on the fee. I gave it, the only thing that might be an issue, and I didn't take anything off for this, but their communication is primarily by flyers to Reno area schools. They could maybe do a better job of marketing that, although they don't have, it doesn't seem like they allow more than 45 students, so maybe that's on purpose. I gave it 100.
Thank you, Carolyn. Moving over to Shay, please.
This is Shay. My score was 99. I thought overall a clear application with many points of artistic excellence. I do want to second Shakay that my question was about the growth and how they projected that. The marketing seems cohesive if they are trying to limit their seats as being a 45 student. So I thought that might have been a strategic marketing, but Carolyn's question I think is really valid about their marketing, and wanted to second that. And I thought the process for executing the project seems doable with what they'd laid out in their schedule. Thank you.
Thank you, Shay. And Christy, please.
Hi, this is Christy, and my comments regarding this grant application was that I didn't see an artistic sample from Dr. Erica Knapp. They're using AOSA certified teachers to increase effectiveness of classroom educators in music education. I would like to see some examples of teachers engaged in learning ORF methods, and overall it was a good weekend program for kids. Did I give you my score? My score was 95.
Thank you so much. This is Claire. Any further discussion from our panelists? Okay, we'll turn it over to Stephanie.
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0006. Please state your name and your score. We'll start with Carolyn.
This is Carolyn. My score is 100.
Thank you. And Christy.
This is Christy. My score is 95.
Thank you. Shay.
Shay, score 99.
Thank you. And Shakay.
I would like to change my score to 90 just to be fair, because I'm hearing other things that's more clear who they're serving. So thank you for your input, all of you.
Thank you,
This
Shakay.
is Krista. Shakay, please remember to state your name before giving your scores in this portion too as well, please. Thank you.
Final scores. This is Stephanie. Final scores for ALP 24-006 are Shakay, 90. Carolyn, 100. Shay, 99. Christy, 95. For an average score of 96.0.
Great, thank you so much. This is Claire. We're going to move forward with application ALP 24-07 High Desert Montessori Charter School, Eco Art, making art ecologically with exclusively organic and sustainable materials. I'd like to start with Carolyn, please. And a reminder, please state your name, score, and your comments.
This is Carolyn. I really liked this application. I like the idea that they're using natural materials and finding things out on the playground that they create art with. The instructor certainly seems highly qualified looking at her resume. One thing, although it says there are no fees, on the website, it says there's a supply fee of $125. So I don't know if that's got to do with this or not. Excuse me. I liked that. Well, let's see. And the Montessori school, the demographics are what they are. I think they do the best they can with that. I did think it was a little bit vague, exactly what the curriculum was going to be. You know, I appreciate that they have to, you know, find stuff wherever they are and make something out of that. But It would have been nice to see a little bit more expanded curriculum, I think. I gave it a 90. Did I? Wait. No, I gave it an 88.
88. Thank you, Carolyn. I'll move over to Christy, please.
Sorry, I'm toggling between like little buttons and stuff here. So this is Christy, and I gave the score of 70 for this particular grant. And the reasons being that there was an impact on 60 learners who will be using natural material to create art. The teacher does not have a degree in art. There's little cost for materials. This reads more like a gardening project if you look at the supply list, with playful attempts at creating a modern approach to art, if you look at the samples. Montessori schools are known for this type of learning, but I don't know if this is the best use for an arts learning project grant. $125 is a lot of money per hour for a teacher.
All right, thank you for that. Shakay?
Hello, this is Shake. I gave this project a 74, and it sounds like a really good project, taking children away from screens and using their imagination and cognitive learning and connecting with Earth. But I just thought that the curriculum was very vague, and I understand for asking for funding for this program. However, it serves a really small group of students, and I just don't think that there was any artistic output to see what they will accomplish. It was a little vague. That was my concern, but nevertheless, worthwhile program. 74.
Thank you, Shakay. Shay?
Shay here. I thought very creative and excited about another STEAM application. I thought it was very unique in terms of its approach, and for the most part thought out. I enjoyed the overall student-focused approach as a key component of the process. And yeah, I guess I didn't finish my notes in the comment section because I have different in my notebook, but that was the end of my comments on the list. My current score, I cannot see it, I believe is currently 100. But I would like to change that, Stephanie, when we get to that point.
Thank you, Shay. This is Claire. Do we have further discussion for the group? Okay, Stephanie?
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0007. Please state your name and score. We will start with Shake.
This is Shake. My score is 74.
You. Shay.
This is Shay. I would like to lower my score to 85. I apologize. The notes I have here, I don't reflect what I put, so I think I maybe misclicked in my initial scoring, which is a mistake on my part. I had questions about the artistic output. I had issues with the supply list as it being maybe more of a landscaping or gardening project than an artistic project. And after hearing the group, it sort of solidified the notes that I had in my private notes here. And so I want to change my score to 85, please.
Stephanie, thank you, Shay. And Christy.
Hi, this is Christy. My score is 70.
You. And Carolyn.
Hi, this is Carolyn. My score is 88.
Final scores for ALP 24-0007 are Shake 74, Carolyn 88, Shay 85, Christy 70, for an average score of 79.3.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. At this point, we do have opportunity for a 10-minute break built in. We're also ahead of schedule. For the panelists, do you want to continue to go through? And we do have opportunity for another break. Or do you want to take a quick 10 minutes? I'll start with Christy.
I can continue.
Okay, Shakay.
I can continue. I think we can plug along as
Okay,
we.
Shay.
I would
I
like
see you
to
nodding your head.
Yeah.
Carolyn, you good?
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Okay,
keep doing it.
we'll keep going. All right, thanks everybody. This is Claire going to move on to application ALP 24-08, Northern Nevada Arts Council, Inc., Missoula Children's Theater, MCT, Beauty Lou and the Country Beast, and Blackbeard the Pirate. Missoula Children's Theater, MCT, presents musical adaptations of classic fairy tales with unique twists to the storyline that can incorporate up to 60 local students for the week-long workshop. We'll go ahead and open this up for discussion. Again, just a reminder, your name, please, score, and your comments, and we'll start with Christy.
Hi, this is Christy, and I wrote that it's a good summer program that reaches the rural areas where teachers don't have access to quality theater productions. I wish I could have seen actors and performances, and I was wondering how they practice and put on a play or musical with just a week's time of rehearsal.
And did you say your score, Christy? I'm sorry.
My score was, I think I did. My score was 97.
Thank you so much. We'll move over to Shay, please.
This is Shay. My score was 100. Missoula Children's Theater is a highly reputable organization in the performing arts world. I thought the application to bring this group is well made, provides necessary information, and additional information on their website, laid out a clear schedule for how they would execute some of the proposed projects. And I also really appreciated the attention to rural areas in the state.
Thank you, Shay. Shakay?
Hello, this is Shake, and my score is 94. It sounds like a great project on outreach to the Northern Nevada community. I appreciate the samples of Nevada academic content standards addressed. And I do know quite a bit about the Missoula Children's Company. It's a well-known and experienced theater company that travels through the U.S. to present productions in U.S. schools. And they're glad that they're going to be engaged with this program. I have only one concern. I don't want to say it's a well-oiled machine, but in a way it is, because they know how to come to the school and produce things. However, this particular company is very understaffed. There's only one person who is going to be in charge of this entire project, and we know what it takes to wrangle that many kids, even in a theater production. So that would be my only concern, but I have no doubts that Missoula Children's Company has done this all over the country, and they know what they're doing, and it's great that they're going to be part of rural Nevada and Northern Nevada's community to do this. Thank you.
This is Stephanie. Shake, could I just have you confirm your score, because I have a different score than what you stated?
I said 95. I mean 94. Is that correct? Is that not? Did I not add it up correctly? I'm sorry.
I think that we have 88 for your score for our records, but we can check.
Oh, that's not correct. That's wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I mean, I did it. It's not your machine, but I would like to give it a 94.
This is Stephanie. Okay, I'll go ahead and take note of that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Claire, for the record, I just want to remind our panelists to really judge on the application that you're reading, not on any prior knowledge of the organization. We want to make sure that the applications are all received in a really equitable way, and that you're making your judgments and scoring based on the application itself and not on assumptions that you have about organizations based on prior knowledge. Especially this helps with some of our rural districts to give them equal opportunity, and organizations that you may not be familiar with. So I just wanted to address that quickly. We'll move on to Carolyn, please.
Thanks, Claire. This is Carolyn. I do think that it's really important for the rural kids to be able to participate in a program like Missoula Children's Theater, and it has been. I think the application said 17 years they've been coming to Winnemucca. They are short-staffed, it sounds like. Also, about the standards, to me, they named every standard that there is, but they included no descriptors. And it's always good to know what an organization is focusing on. So that wasn't really, in fact, I think that's part of the directions, to include the descriptors of the standards that you're addressing. If I were a parent trying to get my student involved in Missoula Children's Theater, by looking at the website, it would not be an easy thing. I think there's a phone number that a person can call, but there's no link to the Facebook pages, and it would just be hard to find information as a parent, as a new parent in the community. I thought the fees were very reasonable. The only other comment that I would have is their point or their focus of contact for this organization is to contact the prior year participants. And it looks from the photographs like all the kids in the images of the performances are Caucasian. Local demographics, it's about 25% Hispanic. So I'm not sure how they can expand their reach to include more Hispanic students if the way they contact potential next year's kids is by looking at the last year. Does that make sense? I think I gave them an 80.
Thanks, Carolyn. This is Claire. Do we have any further discussion from the panelists? Thank you. Move it over to Stephanie.
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0008. Please state your name and score. We'll start with Christine.
Hi, this is Christy, and I gave this grant a score of 97.
Shay.
Shay here, a score of 100.
Thank you. Shake.
Shake here, score of 94.
This is Stephanie. And Shake, can I have you just state a justification, since that was different from what we had in submittable there, preliminary?
And
state your name and please.
Yeah, this is Shake. I just think that the impact of this program hopefully will help and be a little greater than I thought for the Northern Nevada student.
This is Stephanie. Thanks so much. And Carolyn.
Yes, Carolyn gives a score of 80.
Final scores for ALP 24-0008 are Shake, 94, Carolyn, 80, Shay, 100, Christy, 97, for an average score of 92.8.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. Moving on with application ALP 24-09, Sierra School of Performing Arts. Youth musical theater production of The Little Mermaid. Sierra School of Performing Arts will educate children ages 8 to 18 in the art and etiquette of theater while producing a high quality theater production. We'll go ahead and open this up with Shay, please.
Shay here. I'm just pulling up my notes, excuse me. My total score was 72. The project looking to be funded is just a few months away, and the schedule proposed for putting it all together, I thought overall was vague for what goes into a big musical. It didn't have many concrete dates other than 24 rehearsals and an opening date, but not a starting date. They wrote there would be rehearsals for certain hours and days of the week, but not when it would begin rehearsals, which to me was concerning. There's also a lot of vague and hyperbolic statements in the hiring and vetting section of the application. The final section of the application had the most robust information and details. And that kind of information and overall attention to detail, I think, would be helpful throughout to gain higher consideration.
Thank you, Shay. Moving on to Carolyn, please.
Oh, I'm not muted. Sorry. This is Carolyn. to me, I thought that the number of students that would be involved in the performance, they state 25 to 35. That's pretty small, although the audience potentially is quite large. In the last section where they talk about the audience impact, they do say that most of the audience is white females, which sounds to me like mothers and grandmothers are going to the show. I thought the fee was reasonable, but I do hear you, Shay, about the vagueness of the dates, and it is a big production for musical theater. So I'm going to change my score to 85.
Thank you, Carolyn. Christy, please.
Hi, this is Christy, and I gave this grant a score of 100. It provides an opportunity for 25 to 35 learners to study acting and produce a theater performance. It's open to 1st through 12th grade, 1 weeknight and weekend practices. The final show in December over 3 days. It's a good use of grant funds to benefit learners outside of the school day. Financial assistance to those who can't afford the costume fee of $75, and it was good samples of productions.
Thank you, Christy. Let's see. Oh, I'm losing my Shakay. Losing course here.
Hello, this is Shake, and my score for this applicant is 94. I like seeing the detailed breakdown of all different levels of students involved. It is, I thought, was clearly articulated, and low ticket pricing, the way it's structured, leaving room for free tickets for families and kids who can't afford it. One thing that I commend this particular applicant was their honesty in revealing having a difficulty reaching kids living in poverty. They were very honest about it, and there's always a difficulty with transportation and commitment from the parents with their working hours, multiple job. I thought artistic excellence is very, very good, but they were really honest about the fact that they're having a difficulty reaching with kids from lower financial backgrounds. And yes, it's going to take the parents to drive them to all those rehearsals every night, and that is an issue. And they were very honest about it, so I appreciated that.
Great, thank you, Shakay. Any further? This is Claire. Any further discussion from the group? Okay, Stephanie.
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0009 Sierra School of Performing Arts. Please state your name and score. We will start with Carolyn.
Hi, this is Carolyn. I changed my score to 85 based on comments that addressed scheduling, a little vagueness of scheduling, and the problem with the demographics of reaching people. It's good that they're honest, but it's still an issue.
Stephanie, thank you, Carolyn. Shake.
Hi, this is Shake, and my score is 94.
Thank you. Christy.
Hi, this is Christy. The score I gave this grant is 100.
Thank you. Shay.
Shay here, score 72.
Thank you. Final scores for ALP 24-0009 Sierra School of Performing Arts are Shake, 94. Carolyn, 85. Shay, 72. Christy, 100. For an average score of 87.8.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. We're going to move forward with ALP 24-10 Discovery Children's Museum. Discovery Arts Appreciation, Holiday Around the World, and Cultural Collaboration Field Trips. Components of Discovery Arts education programs within this project include 6 artist-led workshops initially scheduled for August, will now be scheduled after award notification dates TBD. 2 holiday around the world, including 2 artist-led workshops in December and 3 cultural collaboration field trips with community partners, consisting of a world-class concert performance at the Smith Center, followed by 4 educational art workshops at the museum, which explore the themes of the performance through hands-on activities and creative projects. We'll go ahead and open the discussion with Shakay. Just a reminder for name, score, and comments.
Hello, this is Shake. My score is 97. And my comments for this particular group, that the application is very clearly articulated with enough personnel in mind to oversee the entire project. I like the diversity of the project, including a trip to hear the Las Vegas Philharmonic Children's Concert, since those 2 organizations are next to each other. And I love the visual arts and performing arts integration. I think that's a really great idea. I just had one question that was not clear to me. How will they be serving 3,000 kids based on the size of 200 students for their lab? So I'm assuming they will do multiple workshops to serve those number of kids, because the lab size said 200, but it's very clearly articulated the entire program. Thank you.
Thank you, Shakay. Christy?
Hi, this is Christy. I said that the score I gave this grant was 95. The idea behind the grant is well thought out and aligns with district curriculum. Having worked with CCSD for 25 years, I know that it is very difficult for schools to fund their own bus for field trips. I would think that the bus cost should be of utmost importance in funding this excursion. I like how materials and supplies are included in this grant.
Thank you for that. Carolyn, please.
Oh, okay. This is Carolyn. I was also confused with the numbers. If they have 4 workshops, 200 children each, that looks like 800. Also, the length of lesson is 15 minutes. And I appreciate that there are many, many, many students that need to be served, but it just doesn't seem to me like this is going to be, like it's going to have the same kind of impact. I would rather see fewer students served with, a little bit longer, a little bit more of a program. So the score that I gave it earlier is 83. I'm going to change that to 87.
Thank you, Carolyn. Shay, please.
Shay here, score of 100. I thought a well done application, clearly laid out plans and how they would execute them, as well as they were clear on what art skills they would be building with each student. I do have a little bit of a concern with the time and the amount of students, but with multiple workshops, I could see how that could work considering the artistic excellence on their staff. And I thought a well thought out schedule for implementing these skills, and a thoughtful budget.
Thank you, Shay. This is Claire. We'll go ahead and any other further discussion from the panel?
I have a question. Carolyn, where did you see that it was a 15-minute lesson?
It says in the program description. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can. I don't think I printed it out, but it in the description of the program. Let's see. How can I get to that? Let me find it. Maybe I calculated this, maybe on the basis. on the basis of how long? Okay, so they're going to be there for 4 hours. Trying to find that.
And this is Stephanie. While we're waiting for Carolyn, just a reminder to state your name during the discussion if you have any comments. Thanks.
This is Krista Ficken. So I've got pulled up this application and submittable, and I'm looking at the information regarding the runtime. So I'm going to quote what it says in that last paragraph at the end of question number 3. Says runtime for each cultural collaboration is 4 days with a capacity of 200 children from different school groups attending each day. Contact time will be approximately 4 hours per group, depending on the length of the performance. End quote.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious because I didn't see anything about a 15-minute lesson.
No, I think I was, I think I may have been calculating that based on how many kids and what the rotation was when they, let's see, 6 artists. Well, I should be able to document that, but let me see if I can find it in my notes.
I would just say that it says with a capacity of 200 children from different school groups, that it's 4 hours per group. So I don't think it's a 15-minute lesson.
There were, I think what I was looking at, and maybe I misread this year we'll explore color, shapes, line, texture, and movement throughout the 5-week series. Okay, so that's one element per week. So
For the
maybe,
record, this is Harry Ward, Deputy Attorney General, and for the record, those are panelists, Christy and Carolyn, having a discussion.
oh yes, sorry, this is Carolyn. So Christy, I'm sorry, I can't back that up. I'm not sure why I came up with that number.
I'm sure there was a reason that you calculated that. I was just wondering because I would have thought that I would have picked up on that right away. So, but no, thank you.
Yeah. So this is Carolyn. I do I do feel like there's kind of a numbers mismatch there as far as how many kids they're trying to serve in the and I appreciate why it's that way. You know, it's just a lot. It's a lot of students, but anyway.
Okay, Claire, for the record, thank you for the discussion. I would just take that into consideration, what was submitted on the application for everybody's review. If there's any further discussion or insight from any of our other panelists. And if not, we'll move over to Stephanie. Thank you.
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0010 Discovery Children's Museum. Please state your name, score, and a justification for any changes, if applicable. We will start with Christy.
Hi, this is Christy, and this grant I gave a score of 95.
Thank you. Carolyn.
Hi, this is Carolyn. I'm going to change my score to 90 based on the fact that I can't come up with a reason that I dinged them for their numbers.
Thank you, Carolyn. This is Stephanie. Shay.
This is Shay, score of 100.
Thank you. Shakay.
This is Shake, score of 97.
Thank you. Final scores for ALP 24-0010 Discovery Children's Museum are Shakay, 97, Carolyn, 90, Shay, 100, Christy, 95, for an average score of 95.5.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. We're going to go ahead and move forward with application ALP 2411, the Dr. Shirley Lindsay Young Artist Orchestra of Las Vegas. The 2023-2024 Young Artist Orchestra season develop our tuition-free music programs through unique presentations of cultural concerts and events, including Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead at the Smith Center for the Performing Arts, and collaborations with renowned guest artists. We'll go ahead and start the discussion with Shay, please.
This is Shay, score of 94. And my comments were strong resumes for their teachers. And I think the program is well organized. The global approach to music and offering a diverse body of material, events, as well as a diverse teaching roster, I think is really great. When it comes to the diversity of their student group, I can see that they're making efforts to continue marketing and growing their reach, but that is still a concern to me in terms of their student population.
Shay. Moving on to Shakay.
Hello, this is Shake, and my score is 94 for this organization. I have been following YOA on I did check their website, and everything looks artistically at a very high level, and it's commendable what they have done through the years. And it is raising the bar of music education by offering these special program things for the students to perform. And there is a place for students to learn, but it's not the only cultural learning place for music students as they claim it. I applaud the artistic development through artists and faculty, and I like their community outreach.
Thank you, Shakay. Let's see. Christy.
Hi, this is Christy. I thought that there were excellent letters of support, including one from a past student. Music education for the undeserved communities. It was tuition-free youth orchestra, and I thought that was a really good value. 150 learners to participate, which that's a good impact. And it appears that this runs all through the school year. I'm guessing as an after-school program.
Thank you, Christy.
This is Krista. Christy, please state your score as well, please.
Christy, will you state your score?
Yes, my score for that grant was 97.
Thank you, Christy. Carolyn, please.
Hi, for the record, this is Carolyn. I also really appreciated that they have a large student impact, 150 students, that it's free. And I thought it was impressive that all of their students received scholarships to higher education, which speaks to the quality of their instruction. I liked that they had 10 teaching artists, all highly qualified. That's a lot of students, and it does seem like they'll be able to serve them well. I did think that it was this comment where it aligns with all standards, seemed like kind of a get out to me. I would appreciate that they would address the standards that they feel that they're really focusing on. And that's the only reason that I gave them anything less than 100. I gave them 95.
Thank you, Carolyn. This is Claire. Any further discussion from the group? All right, Stephanie.
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0011, the Dr. Shirley Lindsay Young Artist Orchestra of Las Vegas. Please state your name and score. We will start with Shay.
Shay here, score 94.
No. Shakay.
Shake here, score 94.
Thank you. Carolyn.
Carolyn gives a score of 95.
Thank you. And Christy.
Christy, I gave this grant a score of 97.
Final scores for ALP 24-0011, the Dr. Shirley Lindsay Young Artist Orchestra of Las Vegas are Shakay 94, Carolyn 95, Shay 94, Christy 97, for an average score of 95.0.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. We'll move on to ALP 24-12, City of the World, Inc., Arts to Go Parks, community arts outreach program that provides free art instruction and creative interaction at local parks. Anyone can attend, whatever the age. Clients take home their completed projects. Let's go ahead and open this up with Christy, please.
Hi, this is Christy, and my comments on this grant was that free art in the park sounds fun. I remember doing that when I was a kid. The budget line for supplies is very low for the amount of people that are making art. And then what equipment was needed in art in the park? The score I gave this grant was 95.
Thank you, Christy. Shakay.
Hello, this is Shake. My score is 83. I would like to just comment it's a great way to take art to the parks and make it available to everyone. It's a very well articulated project, and I wish them great success. They've done it for many, many years. I just think I'm wondering, how will people know about this project that's going on? Is it in the Parks and Recreations? Is it through, that would be how do they reach their audiences? Because there are programs that are happening in the parks, and how many people can be reached, and how will they be able to market so people know? It's a great program though.
Thank you, Shakay. Let's see, Carolyn.
Yes, Carolyn, I loved this application. I think it's pretty ambitious, but they are estimating pretty close to the same impact in the parks this year as they had last year. So they had 1,800 last year. I liked it that there was an online evaluation of the program on their website, and that their staff seems to be able to manage what they're doing. One of the artists, more than one of the teaching artists, I believe, was a foster child who learned how to do art in this way. And I thought that was pretty good. And also I thought they had a good impact summary, and I gave them 100.
Thank you, Carolyn. Shay?
Shay here, score of 83. My notes were this program is looking to fill a gap in the growing need for arts in their community. Although it was expressed that introductory art skills and art therapy are key components, I didn't fully grasp what kind of art they would be doing with the participants and how each person would fill those needs, as well as based on the limited supply requests. More clarity in the first few sections would be very helpful in future applications. I'm also not seeing as much diversity in their demographics when it comes to who is being impacted by this work.
Thank you, Shay. This is Claire. Any further discussion from our panelists? Great, thank you. Stephanie.
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0012, City of the World, Inc. Please state your name and score. We will start with Carolyn.
Hi, this is Carolyn. I gave this application a 100.
Thank you. Christy.
Hi, this is Christy, and I gave this application a 95.
Thank you. Shakay.
Hi, this is Shake, and I gave this applicant 83.
Thank you. Shay.
Shay here, a score of 83.
Thank you. Final scores for ALP 24-0012, City of the World, Inc. are Shakay, 83, Carolyn, 100, Shay, 83, Christy, 95, for an average score of 90.3.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. Okay, so at this point, we are 2/3 of the way through our review. We have opportunity for a break, and we have two options. One is that we do need to take a 15-minute break. We can also go for a 30-minute if you want to. We are ahead of schedule. So I'll just go through and see if you would like a 30-minute or a 15-minute, but we do need to take a break at this point.
This
Christy,
is Stephanie.
Can we Go
This
ahead.
is, sorry, this is Stephanie. I just wanted to clarify, and Shay, if you could confirm this with me, that the only time that we absolutely need to take at least a 15-minute break is at noon. Is that correct?
Noon tomorrow. Today
On.
yeah, my
Okay,
apologies for not being
thank you.
clear. Yeah.
Thank you.
Can we
Okay.
take a 5-minute break maybe? I don't think we need 15, maybe just 5 or 10. Is that okay?
Do you want to do,
I'm good with a
15?
15-minute break.
Do you need a 15?
I would.
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll go ahead and do a 15. Just in terms of timing, so we do have just 5 additional to review. Today's day 1 for you, so we don't have any continued conversation at the end of those 5. And based on how long it's taking us to get through our panels today, I would estimate that would take us around 30 minutes to get through the remaining 5. But with that request, we'll go ahead and move forward with a 15-minute break, and we'll reconvene at 11:35. Thank
Okay.
you, everybody.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Please mute.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I think we're just waiting for Christy and Shay. Shay.
This is Krista. It looks like Christy might have fallen off. Oh, no, there she is. All right.
Yep. Okay.
Couldn't see her on mine for a second.
Gotta get myself in order. Okay, good news. Actually, we only have 4 left to go. I thought we had 5, but it looks like we have 4. This is Claire for the record. Just reconvening for the final review of our panelists on day 1 of the Arts Learning Project grant review. We'll go ahead and get started. Looks like everybody is back and ready. So we will start with application ALP 24-13. Good Luck Macbeth. Camp Create is a week-long arts education program created in partnership through Good Luck Macbeth and Art Town for school-age children to participate in the full theatrical experience as they rehearse and perform a musical. Let's go ahead and start with Shay, please.
Hello, Shay here. Sorry, my notes are not popping up. Could we start with someone else come back to me just
Sure.
so my screen goes there?
Carolyn, are you ready?
Yes, sure. This is Carolyn, for the record. I love the idea of Camp Create that's going on during Art Town, although it seems like it's a very short duration to put on a musical production. And also it's stated that it's K-12. I'm not sure how that would work out. I did look over their website, and it's a pretty good website, but I couldn't find anything that related to this kid production, or as far as that goes, or Art Town on the website, and maybe I missed it. But that was kind of a concern. You know, I'm not sure how you would get how you would have your child participate, except sort of stroll up and get involved. And I also didn't see any in the images and the videos. I didn't see any kids in any of that. So I'm not sure what the impact is for the students. And I gave it a 77.
Thank you, Carolyn. Christy.
This is Christy, and for this grant, I noticed that it was a summer theater program for learners. It was 1 week with a performance, 50 learners, but nobody's turned away. It has affordable tuition for families. I thought it said that it includes pre-K at the very bottom there, even though it started with kindergarten, 1st grade. And I thought that would be very challenging. And I would like to have seen some video clips for past performances. For this grant, I scored it a 95.
Thank you, Christy. Shakay.
Hi, this is Shake, and my score is 91 for this organization. I thought it was very well organized plan for a week-long camp, and glad to see a theater experiences extended to students who can't afford the tuition otherwise. I think that this company is filling the capacity of missing experiences for students who are interested in the art of the theater. It would have been nice to know how long the length of the plays are. They are doing 4 performances in 2 days. I think that's a lot for kids or adults. So 4 performances in 2 days. I understand they want to reach more audiences. I understand they want to put their outcome to, public performance, but 4 performances in 2 days is pretty intense for kids. That was my only concern. I thought everything else was well laid out, but if they're 45-minute performances, okay, I think that would work. But if they're 2-hour long and you have 4 of them in 2 days, then it's a little concerning.
Thank you, Shakay. Shay.
Thank you. Just to clarify, we're talking about 0013, correct?
Correct. Mhm,
Okay,
this
I'm
is-
so I apologize. Anyways,
no worries. And it's good luck, Macbeth, Shay.
thank you. Shay here. I thought overall strong application that was mostly specific and plainly written out, offers tuition waivers for families and students in need, offers a collaborative and experience-focused approach to learning, and has several public performances with a larger organization within their community. I apologize, my scores, I'm not, I have written down my score is 90. Thank you.
Thank you, Shay. This is Claire. Any further discussion from the panelists? All right, Stephanie.
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0013. Good luck, Macbeth. Please state your name and score. We'll start with Shay. And just to clarify, Shay, we have 100 down as your preliminary score, if you could speak to that.
Oh, I apologize for the missed thing. My score is 90. I believe it was a well thought out application. I have here my concerns were about I'm so sorry, like my break must have something with my laptop. My reasoning for 90 is, although it's a well thought out application within larger organizations and great scholarship opportunities, concerned about number of applicants and number of teachers, and an issue thinking about the number of performances in a short amount of time with kids. I apologize, just for the record, I don't know why my score is different here than what's recorded. But that's why I have 90.
This is Stephanie. Thank you, Shay.
Yeah, thank you.
Carolyn?
Yes, I gave it a score of 77.
I'm 77. Shakay?
This is Shake. I gave it a score of 91.
You? Christy?
Hi, this is Christy. I gave it a score of 95.
Thank you. Final scores for ALP 24-0013. Good luck, Macbeth are Shakay, 91. Carolyn, 77. Shay, 90. Christy, 95. For an average score of 88.3.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. Moving on to ALP 24-15, Carson City Symphony Association, Inc. Music is for Life. We present after-school tuition-free music education programs, symphony youth strings, grades 2 to 12, children's choir, ages 4 to 12, and adult strings for advanced beginners and intermediate players during the school year, and all ages strings program in the summer. Let's go ahead and kick this off here with Christy, please.
Hi, this is Christy. I gave this grant a score of 100. The reason being, after school music programming for all students, focusing on Title I schools, it's a good value for the community. It's cost-free.
Thank you, Christy. Shay?
Shay here, I gave it a score of 100. I appreciate that this program provides tuition-free opportunities for low-income and Title I schools, instrument loans, and bilingual materials for their program. I thought it was well organized with a team of very qualified teachers.
Thank you, Shay. Carolyn?
Oh, yes, this is Carolyn. I gave it a score of 100 as well. I liked the impact, 100 students after school, free, they loan the instruments. It did seem that the staff was very stable and well qualified and well balanced as well. And I liked that they had a focus on their Title I schools that are 78% Latino. So yeah.
Thank you, Carolyn.
100.
Shakay.
I gave this organization 83, but I'd like to change it, which we'll deal with that later. This is Shake. So my thoughts were that this organization needs to be congratulated on its outreach program to children. I would like to also see, I want to make sure I'm reading the correct. The goals are very articulated. I would like to hear more how the group of educators will continue to raise the level of artistic output, especially past the COVID online teaching. I did watch a lot of their examples of what's going on. As a string teacher, I know the challenges of teaching online and lack of physical presence impacts the beginning teaching of the string. So I wish there was something more said how they are going to continue beyond online teaching for a lot of the students. That was my only concern.
Thank you, Shake. This is Claire. Any further discussion from the group?
I just wanted to say, this is Carolyn. I just wanted to say that I really did appreciate that they posted a YouTube video on their website, Parents Guide to Tuning the Violin. I thought that was timely and appropriate.
Yeah. Thank you, Carolyn. We'll go ahead and move this over to Stephanie and Shake, when you provide your score, just the justification, please.
Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0015 Carson City Symphony Association, Inc. We will start with Carolyn. Your name and score, please.
Yes, for the record, this is Carolyn. I gave a score of 100.
Thank you. Shake.
This is Shake. I would like to change my score to 90, please.
This is Stephanie. And your justification, please, Shake.
Just seeing the output of the organization and not focusing on the aftermath of what is going to happen on in-person teaching.
This is Stephanie. Thank you. And Shay.
Shay here, score 100.
Thank you. Christy.
This is Christy. I gave this grant a score of 100.
Final scores for ALP 24-0015 Carson City Symphony Association, Inc. are Shake, 90, Carolyn, 100, Shay, 100, Christy, 100, for an average score of 97.5.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. Moving forward, we're looking at ALP 24-16 Lake Tahoe Shakespeare Festival. Lake Tahoe Shakespeare Festival DG Manchetti Educational Outreach Program FY24. We offer an in-school workshop residency program, Interact, and Young Shakespeare program offering free summer performances for children and their families. Let's go ahead and start the conversation with Shake, please. And again, name, score, and comments.
Yes, this is Shake, and the score is 88. I thought this, let me just make sure I'm reading the right. Okay, it's very nice to see a theater company create educational outreach program for the children. I would have liked to see more samples of students participating in the program in the video footage. It's a well-articulated grant. It's a huge project handled by 2 teaching artists. I hope that will work because it's a big outreach. But what a great way to introduce students to Shakespeare.
Thank you, Shake. Christy, please.
Hi, this is Christy, and for this particular grant, I gave a score of 80, and my comments were the program creates adaptations of Shakespeare's plays, making them understandable for elementary, middle school, and high school learners. I would like to see a community feedback form as well as an evaluation form for the learners. The evaluation form here is geared to the teaching artist. The grant has impact on projected 5,000 learners through the scope of this project. And my question was, how many will actually be involved in the productions?
Thank you, Christy. Carolyn, please.
Yes, this is Carolyn. I particularly liked the Interact program. It did seem like they were getting into the schools and doing some good work. In the videos, the kids looked really motivated. You know, they were 100% involved. I did like that there was a way to audition to not pay the $500 fee. And I assume that's for the Interact program. Is that right? That's, my notes are a little foggy right there, but it is possible for them to audition for the free program and not pay this fee. I thought that the website is really slick. It's a really good application. You know, the person that wrote this application knows how to do it. So I gave them 100.
Thank you. And then Shay, please.
Shay here, score 95. I put a wide coverage of academic content standards and ways for students participate in a wide variety of applicants and ways for students to participate. Focuses on the individual student and their individual progress, which is nice to see. My area of concern is the low number of teaching artists versus the high number of potential participants. That is something I would like to see a little bit more of how they manage their time with that many students. I thought useful to me for seeing the local data and demographics and income to show how their program is filling a gap in the community for students potentially affected by this program.
Great. Thank you, Shay. This is Claire. Any further discussion from our panelists? Thank you. Stephanie?
This is Stephanie requesting scores for ALP 24-0016 Lake Tahoe Shakespeare Festival. Please state your name and score, and we will start with Carolyn.
Yes, this is Carolyn. For the record, I gave a score of 100.
Christy.
Hi, this is Christy. This grant I gave a score of 80.
Shay.
This is Shay, score 95.
Yep. Shake.
Hi, this is Shake, and I gave a score of 88.
Final scores for ALP 24-0016 Lake Tahoe Shakespeare Festival are Shake 88, Carolyn 100, Shay 95, Christy 80, for an average score of 90.8.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Claire. This is going to be the final review of today's panel discussion. We are looking at ALP 24-17, David J. Draculich Foundation for Freedom of Expression, fundamental visual arts courses for veterans, military connected individuals, and their care providers are especially designed by DJD Foundation for veterans, military connected individuals, and their medical and mental health care providers and caregivers. We'll go ahead and open up the discussion with Shay, please.
Shay here, just waiting for my thing to pop up. Okay. My score is 93. And my notes are some of the educational goals did seem a little vague. Expand on the various skills and disciplines being worked on during these sessions would be appreciated in future applications. I'm also curious about what mediums will be worked on. Project management is clear and concise, as well as the individuals leading the session seem highly qualified. Curious about the marketing and what is being sent out and where. Social media and KUNR were the two notable marketing outreach places that I saw.
Thank you, Shay. Carolyn, please.
Yes, so I think that this is a great program. Although it's a small number of participants, it is an expansion of a current project. And I think it's good that they are allowing caregivers and family to participate in a less restrictive environment. The other projects that this group has done include a project where participants take their combat uniforms and shred them and make them into paper and then create artwork from them. And I think that's very powerful. And this 1,000 Cranes paper mill that they talk about, I believe is part of that. All the staff is, I believe, all the staff are vets as well, or have, I think they are all vets as well. And they do have art experience. There are no fees for the vets and very minimal fees for the caregivers and or friends. So I just felt like it was really a valuable service to anything that we can do to reduce suicide ideation, I think is worth doing. And I gave it 100.
Thank you, Carolyn. Christy.
Hi, this is Christy. I gave this grant a score of 78. Reasons being the grant says it is $30 for friends of family, but flyer says that it was $20. It's 120 participants based on 20 per session. The in-kind service hours seems high for this amount of time and days. I would like to see more examples of teaching artists work and past veterans projects. The cost of materials is low for woodworking. I would like to see more of this covered in the grant, but overall it's a good idea.
Thank you, Christy. And Shakay.
Hi, this is Shakay. I gave this grant 84. I think it's a commendable project for veterans and military personnel. Artist samples are quite interesting. It would be nice to see the output of participants' projects from previous years, even if it's a collage, if they don't want to identify people, probably, individually, but would be nice to see a collage of the output. And I am just wondering, how will this project will be supported? They don't have much support other than volunteer hours, and the private funding and donations are really very small percentage of the project. And I do realize this is a very worthwhile cause.
This is Stephanie. Shakay, could I have you confirm your score? I think we have a different score. Did you say 84?
84, yes.
Okay, this is Stephanie. We have 82 for
Oh,
you.
yeah, well, you know what? I changed it later, so I didn't make the connection in the app. 84. Okay,
This is
thank you.
Stephanie. Wonderful. Then we'll just have you state that when we go back to confirm.
Thank you. All right, this is Claire for the record. Any further discussion amongst our panelists? We'll move forward with final scores for Stephanie.
This is Stephanie confirming scores for ALP 24-0017, David Day, Draculich Foundation for Freedom of Expression. Please state your name and score. We will start with Carolyn.
Yes, this is Carolyn for the record. I gave a score of 100.
Thank you. And Shakay?
This is Shakay. I'd like to change my score to 84.
This is Stephanie, and could you please state your justification?
I believe that the grant has a very worthwhile cause.
Thank you. Shay?
Shay here, score 93.
Thank you. Christy?
Hi, this is Christy. I scored this grant a 78.
Final scores for ALP 24-0017, David J. Draculich Foundation for Freedom of Expression are Shakay 84, Carolyn 100, Shay 93, Christy 78, for an average score of 88.8.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. This is Claire. We're reaching the conclusion of day one of the FY24 Arts Learning Project panel. I want to just tell everybody, express my gratitude to everybody, all of our panelists. I know that you're spending the morning here with us reviewing, but I know it takes hours and hours and hours to thoughtfully review applications. There's a generosity of time that you've all given us, and also your expertise, and that's been demonstrated in your thoughtful remarks and review today. I know that the conversation will continue tomorrow, but wanted to express my personal gratitude as the Vice Chair of Nevada Arts Council to all of you. At this point, we'll take public comment. If there's anyone joining today's meeting who wishes to provide public comment at this time, we can do so now.
This is Krista. I don't see any public comments coming in through email or through the chat.
Great, thank you, Krista. And to panelists, again, thank you for your work today. As a reminder, in accordance with Nevada open meeting law, panelists may not discuss any applications outside of this public meeting. So please make sure that no discussion regarding applications occur after today's meeting adjourns. You'll reconvene tomorrow, Wednesday, September 13th at 10 a.m. to continue the review of applications for the FY24 Arts Learning Project. Day one of this grant panel is adjourned. Again, my gratitude to all of you. Thank you to Harry, to MJ, and Krista and Stephanie for all of the support that you provided the panel today. I won't be with you tomorrow. I had a really great time and enjoy, again, all of your thoughtful feedback. Really great applications that have come through, and I hope that we are able to fund a lot of these projects. So thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. You did a great job.
Thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone. See you.